MMDAs were told they spent 478 million cedis, and this could not be accounted for in the latest Auditors General's report, and it's before Parliament, of course, dating 2 years before, right. 2013. Yeah. And inherent in there is a subject of irregularities, totaling 127 million of expenditure under the Ghana Youth Employment and Entrepreneurial Agency, GIDA. And we've been told they're the West Corporate, misappropriating some 117. Your comments on these? You
know, Roland, compared to what happened in 2012, this is peanuts.
Okay, so 2012 is
the gargantuan overspending.
You mean the budget overruns?
Yes, in 4 years. Sorry, 4 months. You see, the whole thing happened between August to December 2012. That huge amount. We are where we are today because of that crazy overspending. Way beyond what was approved in the budget. And the seat of government, over 600 million Ghana cedis. Overspending. Every ministry, look, youth and sports, over 200 million Ghana cedis. And who has taken anybody to court on this? And this is documented. It is not me, Yafrimpo, sitting down here just rattling these figures.
You're a member of Parliament. At what point do you think that Parliament also needs to be given a lot more powers to play the oversight role? Because many of these reports, when they come before Parliament, it's quickly just sent to the Public Accounts Committee, for which we have public hearings, which are, of course, publicized, and the public gets to know, of course. But at the end of the day, a recommended report is sent to who?
To the Attorney General. Roland, until we separate the office of the Attorney General from the Ministry of Justice, these things will continue to occur in this country, and nobody.
There's a rhetoric we've heard over the last 2 decades. Nothing seems to be done about it.
We better do something about that thing. Currently, there's this constitutional review, and people have recommended this particular thing, and then the election of the district chief executives. Look, if we really want accountable governance in this country, we should do this thing. You see, the sanction system is so weak that people do this with impunity. All of us. So the IES survey that said that the police, that one, we don't even think about it. The office of the First House, the West Corporates after this in terms of corruption.
The presidency. They didn't say the office of the presidency. Okay, so the presidency.
So the presidency
is the second most.
And then even the members of Parliament. But what is what?
But the IEA report is a report that has been debunked by government communicators and even the Minister of Communications.
I don't know why they are on the defensive. Anytime anybody does any survey, any research, what you need to do is the report itself. If the methodology is right, the sample size is right, don't challenge it. Use it as a basis for you to correct some of these things. Because social research is a bit complex. Because it's not fiscal research that you can mix 2 colors and get automatically this color will come out. Perception. You see, this was corruption perception survey, and it may happen that at that moment that they were asking you that question, this thing about Suba Info Kobinini came up, and it was all over the news, and the person heard it. And all these things are also in the seat of government, the presidency. All these things, these corruptible stories that we heard about. Oh, some people are in court, so it cannot be perceived. Well, because it's not perceived. This one, they are in court.
Because there's no finality to the cases in court.
So. Good, but they are in court. So the perceived ones,
we can't make definite conclusions.
No, the perceived ones, they don't even go to court. Once an evidence has been adduced and it is in court, I can talk about it. Though I cannot be judgmental because I don't know where it's going to go. But I can tell you that this perception that all these institutions emanate from the seat of government, they are under the presidency, so their budget when it comes is huge. You understand? And if people hear about those things, why wouldn't they say that the seat of presidency or the president, the you wouldn't call it the flat server, but that is the
consistently
from why 20, would people say that from 2012 that is the most corrupt institution?
We've had overruns. 2013 overruns, 2014 overruns, and likely this year we'll have overruns as well.
It may be worse next year.
Well, the point is about the extent of the overrun, the percentages per what the budget amount is, etc. Now, what should we be putting in place to make sure various MMDAs or even various MDAs in many respects spend within approved limits? And if there are unapproved expenditures, how do we make sure we hold people accountable?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that
apart from the decoupling of the Attorney General Department from the Ministry of Justice,
at the moment,
what else do we need to be doing? That within the period of the expenditure, we tend to put in place regulations or measures.
Everything is there. Everything is there, but the oil that will be put in the wheels of justice within these industries, accountable vehicles in these MMDAs. That is what is lacking. You know, I read in this report that the Auditor General was lamenting seriously that they are in more or less a crisis situation. You see, the report, however, paints a gloomy picture at the Auditor General's department. It is the policeman of the MMDAs is crying like this. How is he going to check that things are done right? Every MMDA, they have internal audit departments. Are they working? Do they have the tools to work? That is it. Even, you see, traveling from Accra to some of these areas where they can go and check some of these things, at times the money to buy fuel for their vehicles becomes a problem. If you look at the budget statement that they bring to Parliament for us to approve, and at the third quarter, you realize that only a small fraction has been paid to these MMDAs. Then you appreciate the enormity of the situation better. The release of even the one that has been approved. You see, when they prepare the budget, they prepare very nice budgets, commensurate with whatever they want to do. You know, activity budget line, and then the Minister of Finance will slash it at times by a fifth. You see, and even the 1/5 that will be approved, that Parliament will pass in the appropriation bill.
Takes time to be dispersed.
Even that one doesn't come at all.
Doesn't come or takes time to be dispersed. Which one is which?
Look, if you are in the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, and you've received just about a quarter of that peanut that was even approved.
In your area, is it a district or municipality? Huh?
It's a district.
Okay. Your assembly, has it received its share of the common fund for the last year?
For 2014, it was, I think, in late November that the first quarter was paid. Okay. That was even to prepare them for the...
Have they received the second quarter?
Subsequently, the second quarter, I'm not in the know. I'm not in the know. They get us the information. They furnish us with the information.
Will you be part of the team that we're presenting the State of the Nation?
I will be there.
Tomorrow?
I will be there.
Okay. The minority MPP State of the Nation.
That's right.
You're going to paint a gloomy picture, aren't you?
No, we are going to tell the story as it is. It will not
from your perspective.
It will not depart from what the ordinary person on the street knows.
Okay.
That is the state, the true state of the nation. That is what we are going to present.
Thank you very much. You're going back to the House today?
I'm rushing to the House.
Thank you very much. Yao Frimpong is a member of Parliament for Mansoe Dubia. It's in the Ashanti region. He's also a member of the MPP. He's been my guest for AM Talk. And we're taking a break. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up for the show for the morning.